Welcome.
Welcome. This is Wrestler's Pit. I'm Nick. With me is B. See, I took the
How we
line.
doing tonight?
And we got some
With me is B.
headlines for you guys tonight from Monday Night Raw. Overall, solid show.
Awesome show, man. I was a big fan. Third week in a row, I'm actually a fan of this. Like, usually Raw catches me for an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
Last 3 weeks, I'm in there, and I'm a big fan of it. Like I said earlier, like, I almost wish that it wasn't this good right now for me because it'd give me something to more be criticized on here, give us more to criticize about. But I think at the same time, I don't want to be negative.
But there's also some things that you kind of want to be like, hey.
In which we do.
This is how I want to, help fix the show.
Which we do.
Paul Heyman's kind of doing that for us. He's really, taking over the show, and he's on a roll right now. You had, the awesome Samoa Joe segment. Of course, you got the Brock Lesnar thing. Pretty cool. Especially because we got a guy over here that doesn't like Seth Rollins for some reason.
I'm not a Seth Rollins fan. He makes me cringe.
Hey, man. Get that? Hey, man. I got jokes.
I'm a Heyman guy.
I'm like a 40-year-old dad. Yeah, you got freaking Heyman just cutting promos with the absolute best of him, and he's making such a great show. And I don't know, let's just kick it off with everything that happened basically between Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns.
All right, sorry, but let's start off with Joe kind of hijacking the show to begin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's raining. Joe gets on the mic.
Yep.
Corey Graves and Michael Cole and
Renee Young.
Kind of just saying, why does everybody think it's me who dropped that equipment on Roman, and Corey starts his little spiel about, it was an accident.
Yeah.
It wasn't your fault.
Come on.
It was not your fault.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Michael Cole goes on about how it's like, oh, well, the WWE Universe has spoken on a poll on WWE.com, and they 80% think that you did it. And it's like, are you joking right now? Why does that matter? It's just what the universe thinks. I don't know why they would bring that up on TV. It's kind of a weird thing to, actually,
They're cornballs, bro. That's why they're bringing it up. They're just being corny back there still.
We found something to criticize.
No.
But, yeah, I mean, honestly, though, but, Samoa Joe hijacking the show was really awesome.
But then he said he wasn't going nowhere, and you thought you weren't going to see a little. But what did we get from there? Roll out. What happened?
Yeah, so obviously the show.
Becky came out right away,
and just immediately just cuts him off, and he just kind of disappears, which is kind of a weird thing to do.
Now we have Monday Night Raw, and now we have Charlotte and Becky teaming up against Natty and Trish Stratus.
Yeah, and they were all, oh, she's gonna wrestle.
I didn't think we were going to see anything from her here, man.
But she didn't.
No, because I think she's just to get on the ring, one, to get those views. We just had the reunion a couple days ago. We're still trying to appease to that crowd.
Yeah, still got a lot of freaking, veterans on this show. A lot of, the old school legends that are just returning.
Trying to get these,
viewers
these
back.
30 plus back. You know what I mean? We're trying to get this attitude. And Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman are back. If you didn't know, now you know. And but what I took from that match, right? We had Natty, because, come to find out, Natty and Becky are in a submission match heading into SummerSlam.
They announced
and
that.
And Natty wouldn't let go of the hold.
Yeah, and that was what was really funny. It's so now Becky has an injured knee, I think, going into the match.
When is she not limping coming down the ring, dude?
True.
When is it but the odds are not against this man? This man is beaten, and her boyfriend just can't. You know.
In case you didn't know, Seth Rollins is Becky Lynch's boyfriend.
In case you didn't know.
The man's man.
After he took a beating, that's the first thing they say.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think that it's kind of, I guess you could say cornballish.
It's cornballish.
But I just didn't get the whole thing of why Trish had to be in there, at all. You could have set up their match with Charlotte a little different.
Just to get the views, and you know what? I didn't hate it, but it was still, match kind of sucked, to be honest.
Yeah. Also, I thought the
What's going on?
I thought the sharpshooter was bad for your back.
Excuse me.
I thought that's what that was.
I'm not sure.
Because I thought it was the Walls of Jericho, kind of, only you cross the legs instead, so it's hard to get out of. I thought that's what the move was supposed to hurt.
I'm not sure, but it's your lower back is what's
being bent backwards.
Exactly.
So I mean,
up that
her
posture.
hurting her knee kind of confused me a bit. But
the way Natty holds it, it's not. But let's move along here
It's really
because
bad.
the match after is what I really enjoyed the most of the night match-wise.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they can keep on giving that to me, Nick. They can keep on giving it to me, and for some reason,
it keeps getting better and it keeps feeling different.
it evolves every time I see it.
And now
right?
they have like the whole like mask thing going into it, which Andrade actually used to wrestle with a mask.
Yep.
He lost it in Mexico, but when he
Will he
decided
bring
to come
it back?
to WWE,
Will it be back in it?
I think that's
Leave
like
it in Mexico.
disrespectful
Yeah, you
to
can't-
Luchador
you
or
can't.
something like that.
You can't.
But yeah, so that match was awesome. They did the Mexican Destroyer again, or the Canadian Destroyer, however you want to call it. And that's like the awesome. They bring back the pile driver, which is cool. Like, come on. And they just did like so many cool, just a bunch of flips, a bunch of like awesome like rope work and everything like that. And I mean, they're just phenomenal. They have such great chemistry together. And honestly, I thought he was gonna try to rip the mask off again, and I thought like Lucha House Party was gonna come out and like save Rey Mysterio. Like I really thought that was gonna happen.
No, they should develop that to make it a little more serious too. Like because you may have gold with that, and obviously it'll put Andrade over if he beats Mysterio. But they'll put some great on matches. And Rey's actually wrestling some of the best wrestling. I remember a couple like those stints of him coming back. He was not looking good whatsoever.
Yeah, back
But
when
now
he
he's
was
looking
doing that.
like he's looking good out there.
Back when he was doing that, he was trying to keep up like his weight with like the guys in the company. So he was really like you could tell like he's in the best shape of like his wrestling
he's
career right
pretty
now.
thick.
He looks
No,
like
he's built.
but he looks like he was like he's got like the lean mass type thing. He's like not all bulky like he was back in like 2008, 2009 type area, where that was when he was starting to get like a lot of injuries from like 2006 to 2011.
Just saying, when
I
you
think.
get off the juice, things happen, things go.
We're not accusing Rey Mysterio of
No,
juicing
just
at
saying,
all.
like, nothing. Just,
But yeah, and that match was awesome. Easily match of the night. It was absolutely phenomenal. And there was a phenomenal segment later on the night. But first, we gotta talk about Kurt Angle drinking some milk.
well, that's something, huh? My boys come along, the Street Profits is
Yep.
USA, USA, USA.
And then Angelo Dawkins starts beatboxing Kurt Angle's music.
Wow, that was
was
very
so
cool.
great.
Pulling out some red Solo cups, just
And I was like, ooh, how are they gonna work this? Because everybody knows Kurt Angle's past. So like, how are they gonna work this into the whole thing and everything? And they pull out the milk, and Kurt does literally probably one of my favorite lines, and he's just like, "Hey, I told my wife I wouldn't do anything too crazy."
I know everyone's buying on that. That's funny. That's
it's
funny
like,
that's
whoa.
making people like giggle.
Just like such a weird thing, because just drinking milk, man, it's good for you. Gotta get your vitamins.
No doubt. But then Drew came along, but
Wanted to call the match fair because Drew, back on his farewell tour, made Kurt Angle tap out to his own finisher. So,
well, didn't really matter because, like we were saying, like I guess we didn't have it wrong and whatsoever. We were right in a way, but we were saying have the Fiend haunt people backstage, but now he's just haunting them in the ring.
yeah.
You know, we know we're having him and Finn at SummerSlam, but with Mick Foley and then Kurt last night came down, introduced him. I was saying the whole time, why is Kurt here?
Yeah.
Why is Kurt here? Like,
And
I get why he's here, special guest, but there's
he had to take the
why
mandible
is
claw.
he here? But bam,
And
now
I-
you know why he was there.
And I love that he's doing the mandible claw to like more than just Mankind, like because that made sense. Like mandible claw, Mankind.
No, yeah,
makes
no,
total sense.
no.
Mick Foley.
He's
technically.
attacking. He's legends, but you know what I mean. There's if that happens in the continuous weeks after SummerSlam, boy, wouldn't you just love it? We were talking about backstage, but imagine just let's say whoever's coming down to the ring, not to say nothing, just example KO or Sammy, just people just gone. Sammy, you know, you can just bam,
like that.
they're
You hear
gone.
the creaking, the lights start going out.
You know I think that'd be awesome. Just randomly, just missing. See you later, Shane. Beat it.
Yeah, oh, that would be so great.
Beat it.
Get Shane off the TV.
Beat it.
But and honestly, I love that. I hope they keep doing that with Bray. He keeps on attacking people, like you're saying. But I said something about a phenomenal segment earlier, and here it is. We had the OC, the phenomenal AJ Styles, Gallows and Anderson. Gallows with his face paint back, which he hasn't worn since New Japan.
Road Warriors. How
Yeah,
you
dude.
doing?
I mean, I think he looks awesome with the
Road
face paint.
Warriors.
He looks
Road
terrifying with that face paint on.
Yeah, a little bit of a.
I mean, compared to like what he
I like
normally
it.
looks like,
Gives him-
he looks like a baby with a beard.
He feels
So-
like an attitude on there, and you know He wrestled with some grit last night.
Yeah, and I like the new gear that they got going for them because now they're the OC.
They have some edge. Yeah, they have some edge now, and they have some steam definitely with AJ there. So,
and of course they still had their match with Ricochet, and what was it? I totally forgot who they were tagging with. The New Day without Kofi for some strange reason, and I mean, it was solid. It really makes me wish that Kofi wasn't in the New Day and Ricochet was, because I like Ricochet so much more than Kofi. He's like a younger, more athletic version of Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, well, the New
without
Day's
the fake
been around
Jamaican
before
past.
Ricochet being in WWE, man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna.
I'm just saying. But yeah, Gallows and Anderson, of course, won that match with, or the OC. It's kind of weird calling them the OC still because that's a TV show from the early 2000s.
California Love.
But yeah, and honestly, it was short. It was to the point. Cool spots throughout it. Yeah. Of course, like Ricochet did like that step up, like moonsault, where he like lands on his feet off like the guy's chest. Just a bunch of cool stuff. And I mean, I can't wait for the matches that they have at SummerSlam. It's gonna be pretty solid, especially AJ versus Ricochet, because that's another match, kind of like the Rey and Andrade thing.
I was gonna say,
you can
every
give it
time,
to me 50 times,
every
and
time
I will love it
delivers every time. You know it's gonna. I think SummerSlam is gonna be the best SummerSlam, definitely since 2014. But this might be the best SummerSlam like in the last 10 years.
Probably of the millennium.
I think.
Give it to me. Millennium. Since 2000.
No.
You never know. I mean, there's one reason why I'd understand why.
2002 is good. 2000's even good. Those cards, they did it back then. They did. The card was stacked.
Okay.
And they just.
I mean, a lot of the guys that wrestled on that card are wrestling on this card.
Hey, no, they're not.
Well, the 2002 one, wasn't Brock on the 2002 card?
Nah, we'll get into statistics Friday.
All right. Yeah, check us out for Friday Night Main Event.
Friday Night Main Event, probably dropping Saturday morning. But hey, wake up. That's the point.
Wake up, check it out.
You know, copyright can't have Saturday morning main event.
True.
Can't give you Friday night main event.
Yes,
Saturday morning. Playing video games, mowing the lawn, doing your laundry. Probably doing nothing. Probably lazy bums. I don't know what you're doing with your life.
But we got new women's tag team champions.
About time. I'm just kidding. I love the Iconics, but about time for all those people who say it makes no sense. It's about time. You have new tag team champions. Bow down.
Yeah, and honestly,
Alexa Bliss is it.
It was a fatal 4-way elimination match between the champions, the Iconics, the Kabuki Warriors, which is so strange that they were even in this match.
You gotta get the women out there.
Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss.
Earlier. I don't know if I can say that, but she looked pissed.
That is true. Who was the fourth team? I can't even think of the fourth team.
The Bucci's.
Kabuki Warriors.
Mandy Rose and Sonya.
Oh, yeah. They were the first eliminated,
didn't you?
So.
Didn't you think for a second? You thought for a second. You were going to get it for a second. You thought. Because you thought Nikki and Alexa were going to be in some type of feud. And now they're tag champions. And I think if they bring these tag belts a little bit of relevancy, who they're going to face, I think maybe the Iconics get them back at SummerSlam. And then what? Maybe we get Alexa in feud, and then like someone tried debating me earlier, like then it's for nothing. I mean, not then is it for nothing at that point. It's for nothing them being champions in period. His point is. And I guess if you're going to break them up, I mean, if they're just going to break up at the end of SummerSlam, maybe. But maybe not. I think the Iconics, I don't know if people, maybe they don't like them. I just think maybe they made a switch. And I think maybe these two ladies should be the champions right now.
I mean, it gets the titles on TV. Because one thing that everybody loves is a moment of bliss.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. So the titles are there.
And I think that it'll get it on TV. Hopefully they bring it some relevancy. And it really feeds into their storyline of being like the best friends and stuff like that. I feel like it could work out pretty well if they book it correctly. But you got to talk about it. This is one of the biggest things that happened on the night. Brock Lesnar. Like, come on. Brock Lesnar destroyed that cool guy, Seth Rollins, coming down in his skinny jeans.
The man you all love.
Coming down in his skinny jeans.
You all love him, and I don't know why. I mean,
I love him.
I don't know why.
He's a great wrestler. Everything else is
we're
so
living
bad.
in the now.
He's a great wrestler. But
yes, he performs well. I'm not hating on. I love him, but just get that microphone away from the boy.
Honestly,
get it away.
Honestly,
don't let him get the mic. You know when Stone Cold's asking for a beer? No,
no.
You're drunk, Seth. You can't get the mic no more.
I thought that the promo
that he
curl
cut, up. I'm sorry, but I want to curl up.
Hey, man, the promo that he cut after getting F5'd and beaten down by Brock and all that. That promo, I thought it was okay.
No, that was great.
Like you could like
that was great.
Like
but
that,
it's still kind of
like he is like that promo really tells you like he is like the John Cena of like this era right now. Like it was Roman Reigns.
Ooh,
now it's
good call. That's
now
what he's trying to be.
He's like that like baby.
I'll be
face
pissed.
That you can't
Imagine
keep
if you'll
down.
never get Rollins heel ever again. Imagine.
Please no.
Imagine if you never got heel
I want to
Rollins
see him like Randy
again.
Orton. I want him to flip flop a little bit throughout his career.
I'm gonna write that down. Imagine Rollins, because imagine how pissed I would be. Pissed.
I know you would be, but hey, maybe some little kids out there wouldn't be. Some little kids would probably really enjoy
all you
that.
little kids wouldn't be.
Hey man, I'm not a kid.
Not a kid anymore, man.
Not a kid anymore.
Check my license.
But yeah, I think that was honestly.
Bartender.
I think that was honestly like really solid. I really enjoyed that.
No, that was good.
Like I really put on for the show.
So someone said this earlier, and I want to address this. What I think. Maybe a couple months ago, even maybe when Lesnar won the streak, I don't think he was happy. Maybe I don't know, but I think maybe he was just wrestling, backstage. Then when it was, because I'm a big UFC fan, big mixed martial arts fan, when I find out that he's out of the drug testing, drug testing pool. Then he came over to Raw that night, and he was just smiling, smirking. I'm like, yo, is this man drunk again? Like, is this man like... And I'm like, Nick, what did I always tell you? If Brock Lesnar's having fun, then he's gonna be fun to watch. Yeah, because you can tell body language, everything. Like, he's not still to work with sometimes, but if he doesn't want to be there,
he won't.
So people getting so angry, and like I said, Friday night, man, go back SummerSlam predictions. Like, Brock's your champ. And he is the champ. He's the man to beat. He is the Yankees. He is the evil empire. Yep. And now with his boy running the show, he's going to want to be there even more. And so it's going to be a great time. And I think it's going to be, like we mentioned Friday, if Rollins loses, there may be a new person in sight for Brock. And I think he's going to be welcome to the idea.
Okay.
I don't know. I find Brock having fun there right now. I think he's working in WWE. I think things are fun there. It's no coincidence for 3 weeks in a row. Both shows have been great. Mm-hmm. Good, great. I think given the feedback, I think the most common agreed upon thing is great. And people just complaining about like minor segments to me that are very whack and, we kind of skipped over it. And not to say segments that were whack, but maybe uncommon belief. But Mike Kanellis.
He was the champ for 5 seconds.
His wife.
At the OBGYN.
I did throwing the baby up the archer.
That was
funny. It back. I disagreed.
What?
It's corny. Cornball, bro.
That's the whole point of the 24/7
I know.
Though. That's the whole point.
The throwing the baby thing, kind of. I don't know.
Hey,
it's okay.
He's a good father. He caught that baby. I mean, it was a doll.
It was good practice. It was good practice.
He already has one kid, technically.
Good practice. That's what I'm glad he's champion, but I wonder if he's gonna get his vagina kicked tonight by his wife.
Hey, who knows? Who really does
know?
We'll
know soon.
But then we had Samoa Joe again. Comes down to the ring, grabs a chair, slides it in the ring, and he says he's not leaving until
he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait, and then they say, "Hey, he's in the back." So I'm like, "All right, he's going to the back," and I'm like,
"So
hey,
go ahead.
Sorry." And I mean, like, hey, maybe things are gonna fall on him. I thought Samoa Joe was gonna get attacked, and we were gonna be more swerved for the night. Well, what was and he's making his way out back, and whoa, and there you saw.
Yeah, and I mean, Roman got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Not really, but kind of.
Sees Roman coming out of the car.
But Samoa Joe kind of broke character a little bit there.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting to see.
After he got hit?
Yeah, he was checking on to make sure he was okay and everything like that. Which I was.
Well, so like I said, there should have been a faster reaction. Oh, I knew he was. I mean, that's what I think that's why he wasn't a faster reaction like I was telling you about earlier. Like, dude, run over there. Regardless if you're my enemy, I might check. But I think that's what Joe was. I think what you meant to see was capturing the moment of, you know what I mean? If he was going to break. You were seeing heel or face right there. It's conflict of character confliction. You know what I mean? The character didn't know who to be at that point. But no, without no question, that's Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe isn't going to run away. He's not a squirrel.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a squirrel, and he goes over there and, he's telling him to stay. But that's what I took from that. And then I also took, though, I hope it is Daniel Bryan, or I'm just hoping we're not going to get like Roman and Joe. Hot take, because I don't know, this is going to be Wednesday. Maybe it was the Usos.
I can see that.
And then it's a tag match. The Joes versus the Usos. The Joes and Sos. I'm going to present that. So, maybe that's that. Maybe I'm wrong. But you have this first, because I want to tell you that it's 7:34 on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Raw's at
Eastern
8.
time.
Yep, Raw's at 8. So if I was right, give me the Goldberg. Keep Ronda out there as a hot take. Oop, middle finger in the air. And what am I saying here? Usos. So give me one Us.
Give me one Us. All right. We got one last segment for the night, and that was Goldberg.
Return, huh?
Yeah, it was so strange. You called it.
I did. Friday night main event.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being laughed at. Steve was specifically next to me, just scoffing next to me in my ear, like, bro, get out of here. But here we are.
Pays to be right.
But I don't think it's going to be the worst match. Maybe. I mean, I just hope he's not just throwing Dolph out there. I think maybe Dolph and Goldberg are wrestling to kind of show that Goldberg is not a waste of space in this world. And they will have a okay to good match in the ring. I'm a fan of it, but what'd you take from all this in Goldberg's return?
And it was probably one of the worst things I've seen them do in a long time.
Yes.
I mean, all of a sudden, Dolph Ziggler and Goldberg have to have this like big match at SummerSlam. It's like, give me a break, dude. It's Goldberg. Like, you saw exactly why you shouldn't have him come back after not doing anything just a few months ago.
Absolutely.
When he was with Taker. It's just like,
It was horrible.
I don't know. It makes no sense. It's like, okay, so now is Goldberg just going to come in and squash Dolph, and then Dolph now looks even worse?
I hope not.
So now you can't do anything with Dolph. It's just, the whole thing makes no sense.
It does. I hope not. I mean, it sucks too, because you had something there. You had HBK, The Miz, and Dolph Ziggler all in the same ring.
And you bring out
other.
Goldberg. Like workhorse guys, and then you bring out Goldberg, of all people, to totally ruin it.
Steve-O texted me. He's like, I want to puke. I want to puke. This is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So bad.
It's just terrible. Like, I thought they were going to go in a complete. I was hoping they went in a completely different direction, and they went like the worst possible idea you could do. Like, Goldberg, are you kidding? Like, you're that desperate to sell SummerSlam that you're dragging the corpse of Goldberg back with Dolph Ziggler,
with the show stealer,
all-around talent ever. Like, it's crazy.
I mean, my whole thing about it is a horrible thing to see Goldberg back in the ring. The only thing that'll make it okay for me is if the match starts and Dolph Ziggler just hits a super kick right off the back and pins him.
Yeah, squash him. Squash Goldberg. Just screw it.
Totally 180 that. Just super kick done.
And then, so what do you think about? So I thought, you know what? We closed the show with a super kick, right? HBK gave him that sweet chin music.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought 2 thumbs up from me, man. I third week in a row, I liked Raw. I loved Raw, to be honest. So what do you like about Raw?
Not a whole lot. I mean, after this Goldberg thing, it was kind of like I was like
it squashed it
back and forth, like, oh, I'm not sure if this is a good episode or not. And then the mighty Goldberg comes out, and I said, screw it, this episode sucked. They just killed any momentum for me.
Yeah, you didn't like. How about Bray? Bray's attack on Angle.
Yeah, obviously, the Bray thing is always the best thing they got going right now. But,
we were close on that one. We were all saying, we were like, hey, let's have Bray back haunting people backstage, but he's haunting them on stage, in the ring.
Yeah, I like that he's doing it to random people and stuff now, but
Yeah.
we'll finally see him hopefully Sunday, and then hopefully after that he goes back to messing with other people.
Yes, not just the legends, but I was thinking maybe up next, because now we know when we see a out of place legend, we kind of know what to expect. I think, right?
Does that mean he's gonna attack Trish?
Ooh, well, I was thinking Shane. It would get Shane off.
Yeah.
But yeah, who would be next? But
Goldberg.
Who's this man in the vehicle? We got Roman getting hit by a vehicle as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it gotta be my boy Mr. Yes, right?
Yeah,
TV.
I'm hoping.
I mean,
But-
there's no way. I mean, there's no way you're gonna drag this out and give us Buddy Murphy, right?
Nah.
Buddy Murphy's behind the wheel scooting away.
We all know it's Jimmy Uso.
I was thinking maybe it was his drunk cousins though, Steve. Maybe it's gonna be the drunk Bezos versus both Joes.
Honestly,
Yeah, maybe.
what if instead they're setting up a faction of Samoa Joe and the Usos? That could be something that they're a little different. Like, oh, they've always been on Roman's side, but now they turn on him and they start like the Samoan dynasty that isn't with Roman. Could be something interesting to look forward to.
What do you
Who knows,
think?
though?
I don't know. I mean, it's Daniel Bryan. That's the only thing I'm going
Yeah.
with. So I think
think
they're waiting
DB's the
for like
answer.
the Samoa Joe thing to like drag on after SummerSlam. But I think for SummerSlam it's gonna be Bryan.
Be good.
Yeah, I definitely think Daniel Bryan would be a good option for that. I think that would be pretty solid.
So I'm curious to know what else were you not liking? So I assume I'm right off the bat you don't like this Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross being champions.
No, I like Alexa. Obviously, Alexa is my fave, so I don't mind them winning the titles. But
Me
then
neither.
it's like
But
the
what does
Trish
it do?
Stratus thing. Trish and Natty don't do anything for me right now. It's like you don't know what. It's just I don't know. It just seems like they're dragging back anyone they can for this SummerSlam. Hoping that
Exactly.
it works.
They get in that 30-year-old plus rate, trying to just get those viewers back. Oh, it's Trish Stratus. Let me look at her. Like, no, she doesn't look the same, bro.
Yeah, she got
Next
the
show.
implants
That's what I'm
out.
saying. It's like they're relying a lot on these like older talent to like save the show for them, and then I don't know if it's gonna work for them.
I think their mindset for it is that they're trying to bring back these like older talents to bring the audience back, and then have like the new talent try to keep them there. I'm just not sure they're doing it effectively enough.
No.
And then you got Gallows with a little paint on his face there. Got a new kind of look to him, wrestling with an attitude, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then how about some Brock in there? The Brock party. Suplex City, how you doing? Seth come that little promo
Yeah,
after?
same thing. Yeah.
Did Seth win you over?
Friday. They're just gonna keep trying to have us, try and feel bad for Steph, but
That's
it's
what
not
I'm
working.
saying. It is working, Steve. You wouldn't. It's not working on us apparently, but it's working on everyone around me. On the gram, I'm out there today talking with people. Nick over here.
That's
man.
crazy.
They're loving. They're eating this up. I hope. I can't wait for
Crazy.
Sunday when Seth gets. I hope.
Oh, I totally think Seth probably should get squashed
For
in
sure.
this match. He should be dominated like
they're
Cena
loving
in
it.
2014.
That's
But-
that's scaring me.
But I still love Seth Rollins, so I mean, whatever.
Oh, I know we're running a little long, but how would you feel? Imagine how horrible this would be if Seth Rollins entered that John Cena role of just never turning heel again. Oh, I'd be
Yeah,
pissed.
that'd be painful.
I'd hate it.
Let's
hate
go,
it.
Rollins.
I would hate it, bro. It would be the worst thing for the world. But I mean, I guess yeah,
That was pretty much the show.
that really is. I mean, we got yeah.
So, first of all, B, how'd you feel about the show overall? Like, how would you rate that?
Up until I talked to him here, I was 2 thumbs up. I still liked it. I think I understand what's going on here. You know what I mean? We're rolling. I don't know. I just feel like we changed the script pretty good for 3 weeks and changed the script a little bit, and the titles moved around into Alexa and Nikki. So we got the titles off the Iconics before SummerSlam. So I understand we rolled Trish back, but she didn't wrestle in it. It was just to get the views up. We're just kind of they're just rolling everyone out there, just to get this show going. But I'm just excited for Sunday. I think Sunday's. I said earlier, Steve, I think Sunday would be the best show since 2014. And I hope the last 10 years. I know I'm going on a reach there, but there's no excuse for Sunday not to deliver expectation-wise and show-wise,
Sure it is. There's plenty of reasons why it won't deliver. You did Goldberg, Trish Stratus, Natty,
Oh.
reasons right there.
Stop. I guess I'm
Deliver. It's gonna
skating
be a
with the
long
pilot.
night.
But so this Natty angle, Ronda's coming back, guys.
That's a hot take right there.
That's a hot take, though. But no, I mean, you're right. Natty's still for me to watch. I got to come off my cloud. Natty's hard for me to watch. Obviously, Goldberg. I'm a big fan of Dolph, and I just believe that I'm hoping that he's not going to get squashed, And I know there's no need to have Goldberg back there. I don't, but he's on our plate now, and we got to kind of eat it up. Maybe he'll be on the pre-show.
That won't happen.
I wouldn't hate it.
If anything, they'll be like second match tonight.
Wouldn't hate it if it's the first match on the pre-show. 5 o'clock.
Actually, no, the pre-show's only an hour long for the show for some reason.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, let's roll the Moco main event. It's not a bad idea, Steve. I guess. And then who was the other one that was slack? You just said.
Trish Stratus.
Yeah. Yeah. That match never needed to happen. I said that before. That match didn't need to happen. I said that on the
But
SmackDown.
if anyone can make it good, it's Charlotte.
Of course. So that's what. Once again, here. I am putting belief in the Becky and Natty match. It doesn't do nothing for me. I want to know who's the next challenger for that, and are they serious? You know, Nia Jax. I told you I saw her dancing in the streets. Maybe she'll be back, but
After she won't make a return at SummerSlam, I don't think. But
well,
who knows?
that was
Maybe it's
my.
her.
That's how I felt about Raw. I mean, so we all got a little different views on Raw. You know, I'm sure everyone did.
And I mean, yeah, I think that Raw, like I said it earlier to you, I know Raw is for like everyone. It's like a diverse show. Like they try to get hit all the subjects. So you might not like every single thing on the show, but they're trying to make it so that there's at least a couple things that people want to see on the show. And this week they did pretty good for what I was looking for on the show. They gave me a couple solid wrestling matches.
That 24/7 angle. We didn't get his. What do you think about the 24/7 angle?
It's just going back to the same old thing now. Like, I liked how it went from, Mike and Maria and stuff like that. That was getting interesting. And then
I thought it was
not even a week later, they completely jumped back and
to our
go
truth
back
and
to
stuff.
Our truth.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I didn't appreciate that either. I thought we had something going on and it could have been more.
You never know. They might win it back
I
tonight.
know, but they could have. It didn't have to go so quick. Could have made something. You had something there. But
I mean, but their storyline will continue.
Let's
the
see.
Mike and Maria
like
one.
I said, I'm enjoying.
I love it.
I enjoy the hands wrestling's
so dumb,
in
I
right
love it.
now. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I'm gonna believe.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us here for headlines here on Wrestler's Pit. Thank you, B. Thank you, Steve-O.
No problem.
And guess that's it. So we'll
One
see
love.
you guys. One love. Bye. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe down below to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter @Wrestler's Pit. One love. See you guys.